Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Scotty. We are back from Taiwan. We got back late last night. Well, late by like 7:30 p.m. But it was late for us because Taiwan is 15 hours ahead. So we were up literally like 28 hours before we went to bed. Guys, I just want to share with you guys the real life, what it's like in our life. We traveled with all 7 of us on the long flights. I watched a lot of movies. I just unplugged, enjoyed that time. But on the flight home, Malik was laying on my lap and he threw up all over, like a lake of throw up in his hair everywhere. I was scrubbing his head in the bathroom. We had turbulence. We were like bouncing out of our seats. And then Ellie threw up, or Mila threw up, Caleb threw up, and Gabby threw up as well. Luckily, they made it into bags. But that was our journey. So we smelled like that coming home. We made it home. We went to bed. Guys, all of us were awake by 4 o'clock a.m. this morning. So we've been up for like 4, almost 5 hours now. And I'm here ready to crush my week and really share my heart and my journey with people about health and fitness and spiritual and mental well-being and growth and how that creates happiness inside of your life. And that's why I'm here sharing with you guys, because I want that for you. You see, all the time I'm getting these messages like, Scotty, that's absolutely incredible that you were able to spend 14 days with your 5 kids and your wife in Taiwan and visit these ancient Taiwanese temples and all of this amazing landscape and just experience another culture. But what I want you guys to know is, like, when I get those messages, I get messages from you sometimes. You're like, okay, I want to leave my job, or I want to do those things with my family. Or some of you guys even write me and say, hey, like, I love what I do for work, so I don't think that coaching thing is really for me. So I really wanted to share with you guys, and I have no outline for this. I just want to share with you my heart, like how this started and how this began, what working out, nutrition, reading good books, and having people in your corner can really do for your life. You see, for me, all it took was one person from our church back in 2010 to knock on my door as a complete stranger and say, hey, I just moved into your neighborhood, to your ward, and I got 2 daughters, you got 2 daughters, I'm just looking to make friends. And I didn't really have friends in my neighborhood. I worked 12-hour days. I worked every Saturday. My wife worked nights. So when she was working nights, I was taking care of my little girls. So I made a friend, and he was just like this jacked and fit and strong dude. And so I just asked him, like, how do I look and feel like that? And he's the one that started me on this journey. He started me on P90X in 2010. And I followed the meal plan, I followed the nutrition guide, and I got amazing results. I followed it 100%. That's something I want you guys to understand about me, is when I commit to something, I go all in. I'm also very stubborn. So I'm either so stubborn that I'll be against something, or when I flip, I'm so stubborn that I'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. So I did that with my transformation. I lost 38 pounds. I fell in love with health and fitness, and I began to help other people. And I fell in love with that. I loved getting the messages like, hey, Scotty, I notched another hole in my belt. Or, hey, Scotty, I'm down 3 dress sizes. Like, that lit me up. Like, every time I opened my computer on my lunch break, or when I got home from work, I would get on the Facebook and look at these messages. That lit a fire in me. And it's something that just really drove me. And I felt this sense of, like, what I was doing really mattered. And guys, I wasn't even a coach. I was just someone that was doing these workouts and helping other people. And I was introduced to the coaching opportunity where my coach said, hey, Scotty, you'd make a great coach. You should be a coach. And I was like, no, not me. I'm never going to do that thing. That's not what I told her, but I just told her, hey, I can't afford it. I don't have enough time. I'm busy. My wife's working nights. I'm working 12-hour days. I just can't really do that. But in all reality, I was like, I'm not going to sign up for that online thing and like try to sell people products. Like, if they want to do it, I'll recommend that P90X works. I'll recommend that Insanity works. I'll recommend that Shakeology works. I'll recommend this pre-workout, this post-workout. And if they want to do it, cool. So I did that. And I continued to do that. And people were seeing results and loving results. And what I want you guys to understand is I didn't make $1 from that. I wasn't signed up as a coach, but I was in love with that process. And it was about 8 months later that we had our 3rd daughter. And it's about 3 weeks after her birth. I remember going to the mailbox, picking up the mail just like I did, and going through them, and it had the hospital bill, the doctor bill, the anesthesiologist bill. And as I looked through those bills, I felt this overwhelming weight on my shoulders. I felt like my cubicle was spinning around me, and I was like, oh my God, how are we gonna do this? Like, I'm already working 12-hour days, all this overtime. My wife's working nights, and we're paycheck to paycheck. Like, how am I gonna pay these medical bills? Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to paint more fences? Do I need to fix more roofs? Do I need to buy and sell more things on Craigslist? Do I need to go back to school? Does Gabby have to go back to school? Do I need to get a degree? And all of those things took me even further away from what I love most, which is my family. And so what came to my mind was that coach opportunity that was introduced to me 8 months earlier. And that's when the moment switched for me. I said, this is it. This is the way that I can use my gifts, my energy, my talents, my love for these programs and helping other people and be able to provide for my family right now. This is it. All those other things I can do. I'm a hard worker. I can do those. I can get a degree. I can get a better job. But they would take me further away from my family, the time from my family. And this was something that I could do on my lunch break, on my 10-minute break, early in the morning before my kids got up, when my wife's working nights, so I could put my little girls to bed. I could work on this business and not take away from my family. So that's when I went all in. And I've been a coach since April 2011. But what I want you guys to know is that when I got on a phone call with my coach, and that's what I do with you when you become a coach, she said, Scotty, what are your goals and your dreams? And guys, it wasn't live in Taiwan for a couple weeks. It wasn't live in Maui for a couple weeks and rent a home with a pool by the beach, like all of these things that we've done. Those weren't even on my radar. My goal and my dream was to keep working my hard work ethic at my job and to build this business part-time on the side so that my wife could come home from work. And my big dream that would completely change my life was to be able to have her not have to work anymore. To one day tell her, sit her down and say, Gabby, guess what? You don't have to work at the Hilton Garden Inn anymore. You can stay home with your babies and be the best mama that you can be, and we can spend together the evenings as a family. And that was my dream. And so she helped me calculate, okay, what do we need to do to make that happen? I was like, okay, she makes $12,000 a year. We pay about $2,000 in babysitters from when I get home at 5 and she leaves at 3. So if I could just make $10,000 with this Beachbody coaching thing, that would completely change my life. It would change my family's life. And so I set a goal to make $10,000 with the meaning that it would provide my family the opportunity to be together in the evenings and that we could spend that time together. That was my big dream. And one thing that my coach told me that will stay with me for the rest of my life was, Scotty, I cannot promise you $10,000. What I can promise you is that your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So that day, this stubborn guy made a decision. I will change as many lives as I possibly can with these health and fitness programs so that she never has to work again and that we can spend that time together as a family. So why am I here 8.5 years later doing the same thing that I was doing back then? Because I made that commitment and that promise and that decision that I would change lives with these programs, these fitness programs, these meal plans, and the support of me as a coach, which I can promise you is the most committed person that you will ever find to helping you get results. So guys, that's my big goal. That was my big goal, my big dreams. It was never to be in Taiwan. All of these big dreams and goals and these things that you've seen us be able to experience over the past 8.5, 9 years is because I built them upon that first goal and that first dream of changing people's lives like that. So what I really want you guys to ask yourself right now is, what is something that would completely change your life? And then really look at, is this something that could help you achieve that goal? Like being able to use, instead of scrolling, watching videos on Netflix, binge watching Hulu, watching a ton of videos on YouTube, or scrolling Instagram and Facebook, what if you took all of that time and you committed it to growing yourself, doing the workouts, focus on your nutrition and changing your own life, and then helping other people? How would your life change? Because the coach opportunity will compensate you for changing people's lives. It won't last if it's just to sell packages. You have to be committed to changing people's lives, starting with you first. And I feel so blessed this morning as we got up, my whole family with the jet lag, and I got to do my Body Beast workout. And I saw my wife do her morning meltdown workout. And I saw my son Caleb do morning meltdown, and he's 7, with my 12-year-old daughter. All of that happened because I made a decision to focus on building myself and this business, and they see that example. Remember, your family, your kids, the people around you won't do what you say. They will do and follow the way that you act and the person that you are and becoming. So I'm gonna challenge you guys. Reach out. If you need that person, that support, that team, I'm here for you. I'm just a message away. If it takes you 8 months, if it takes you 5 years, I don't care. But you come to me when you're ready, and we're gonna start changing your life. I can't promise you anything, but I can promise that you will grow and develop into the person that you were designed and meant to be. See you guys later, and I'm waiting for your message.